ग्रामीण विकास एवं पंचायत राज मंत्री श्री गिरिराज सिंह जी, माननीय केंद्रीय जल शक्ति मंत्री श्री गजेंद्र सिंह शेखावत जी, माननीय ग्रामीण विकास राज्य मंत्री श्री फगन सिंह कुलस्ते जी, श्री माननीय पंचायत राज राज्य मंत्री श्री कपिल मोरेश्वर पाटिल जी, पंचायत राज मंत्रालय में सचिव श्री सुनील कुमार जी, मंत्रालय में अपर सचिव डॉक्टर CS कुमार जी और देश के अनेक राज्यों से आए हुए मंत्रीगण, अधिकारीगण और जनप्रतिनिधिगण, मेरे लिए यह संतोष और हर्ष का विषय है कि आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव के उपलक्ष्य में पंचायत राज मंत्रालय द्वारा लोकलाइजेशन ऑफ सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स के विषय पर विशेष सप्ताह का आयोजन किया जा रहा है। मैं सचमुच में मन में बहुत प्रसन्न हूं, क्योंकि ग्रामीण विकास, महात्मा गांधी ने कहा, ग्राम राज्य के बिना राम राज्य अधूरा है। Ram Rajya is incomplete without Gram Raj. This is a very simple, very powerful message given by Mahatma Gandhi. We have to understand that spirit and see to it that we really empower the rural elected bodies, पंचायत राज इंस्टीट्यूशंस, जिला परिषद, पंचायत समिति या मंडल प्रजा परिषद or the panchayat. These wings has to be really strengthened by empowering them. How do you empower them? For that also we have made a constitutional amendment, 73 and 74th amendment, wherein in principle it was decided that we must devolve three Fs, funds, functions and functionaries. This has to be devolved and this has to be transferred to the local bodies. Then only you will be able to really regenerate, revitalize the urban local bodies and rural local bodies. We have in urban areas also corporations, municipalities, the other elected bodies, and in the rural areas also. We are the oldest democracy in the world. And democracy means power to the people. These three Fs are destined to give power to the people. They must be allowed to rule by themselves. For that, the central government and state governments, they must facilitate through the funds, functions and functionaries. हमने भारत ने 2030 एजेंडा फॉर सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट दस्तावेज पर हस्ताक्षर किया है। उन उद्देश्य और लक्ष्यों के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है। वी आर कमिटेड टू दोज डेवलपमेंट गोल्स। आज भी लगभग 70% भारत गांव में बसता है। महात्मा गांधी जी ने का शब्दों में समझे तो भारत का दिल गांव में ही बसता है। राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर सतत विकास के इन लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त करने के लिए जरूरी है कि गांव और उनकी पंचायतों के स्तर पर बदलाव लाया जाए। That's why I said I'm very happy to be here and to address this conference. I also hail from a rural background. Studied in a village without electricity. Went 3 kilometers by road every day to go to school. and I have gone through all the difficulties, see my relatives walking 3 kilometers, 2 kilometers long way to get a drinking water, portable drinking water. From that situation, we have moved on. We have made a lot of progress, but we should not be satisfied with the progress we have made. We should aim at achieving 100%. 100% should be our target. For that, what is required? Political will, administrative skill. Mere the bill will not get the result. What is required is political will, administrative skill. This political will has to be there at all levels. The Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Bhai Modi, he believes in empowering people, believes in empowering the grassroots level people. This belief has to be translated by all the people concerned in various wings of the administration. And the state governments have a definite responsibility. 29 subjects were supposed to be devolved to the local bodies through that constitutional amendment. Some has done 10%, some have done 90%. My question is, even after 75 years of independence, why this hesitation? Why this talk of 60%, 70%, 50%? Why we are not able to achieve 100%? This question everybody has to put themselves and introspect. हर एक प्रदेश सरकार को इन विषयों के बारे में गंभीरता से सोचना पड़ेगा. और जो 15 वेतन समिति ने जो फंड्स दिया, वो फंड्स भी गणनीय है. Good amount of money has been transferred to the local bodies. And that money has to go directly into the account of Panchayat. Directly. It should not be diverted, diluted, deviated. This has to be understood by all. I worked as Rural Development Minister for a while and also Urban Development Minister. In both the capacities, I had an opportunity to work, and I have seen to it that this funds, functions and functionaries, they are very much crucial for functioning of these bodies. And also another important aspect is connectivity. I remember when I was Rural Development Minister, जब मैं ग्रामीण विकास मंत्री था, उस समय प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमान अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी ने राष्ट्रीय राजमार्ग स्वर्ण चतुर्भुज योजना का स्कीम उन्होंने लाया. It was historic highway for the entire country, Kanyakumari to Kashmir, Attak to Cuttack. He brought that connectivity revolution. At that time, I was Rural Development Minister. A question came to my mind. Highway, fine. But what about the village where there is no way? You have bypass in urban areas, no pass in the rural areas. So we discussed, and the Prime Minister Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee in the same spirit was kind enough to bring the Gramin Sadak Yojana. At that time, some of my colleagues were hesitating, saying that, okay, for the highway, you get toll money. For the rural roads, who will pay money? That was the question. I said, if you are really interested in developing, real development means connectivity to the grassroots level. And some of my colleagues were hesitating. The Prime Minister told me, Venkaiah ji, इन लोगों को समझाओ अपनी शैली में. तो मैंने उनको कहा, गांव में सड़क नहीं है तो वीडीओ, डीडीओ, एडीओ, कलेक्टर, डॉक्टर, एक्टर, ट्रैक्टर, कुछ नहीं आ जाएगा. विकास के लिए कनेक्टिविटी बहुत जरूरी है. तो कनेक्टिविटी का काम शुरू हो गया, तेजी से आगे बढ़ा. और साथ ही साथ कनेक्टिविटी के बाद शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य, पेयजल, इन विषयों को भी ऊपर ध्यान देना चाहिए, लोगों को ये उपलब्ध कराना चाहिए। उसी के लिए ये फंड्स, फंक्शंस, फंक्शनरीज और ऑल दिस इनिशिएटिव दैट आर बीइंग टेकन, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, irrigation is also equally important for the rural areas. And our biggest goal after 75 years of independence is poverty समाप्त करना, गरीबी को समाप्त करना. Make the country free from poverty. That should be our goal. For that, you should start with the village. You should start with the grassroots level. This has to be kept in mind, and we must also provide employment opportunities. Why the people are leaving rural areas and going to urban areas? Because 3 E's: education, entertainment, employment, they are available in urban areas. This has to be understood. That's why people are leaving the village and going to towns for better education, for employment opportunity, and also entertainment also. Entertainment is part of the life. So we should see to it that these things are made available in the rural areas. Then only you will be able to stop this migration. People are leaving the villages because of the lack of these things. This has to be understood by one and all, and see to it that we empower the local bodies. 278,000 local bodies in rural areas across the country. I don't think anywhere in the world. Of course, the next big country is our neighbor, but there is no democracy. We don't know what is happening there. I don't know whether they also know it or not. I don't want to comment on that, but it's a reality. We are a democracy at all levels. 278,000 local bodies in the rural areas. And I am also happy that we made progress. 46% of the 31.65 lakh elected representatives of the rural local bodies in the country are led by women. This is a great achievement and progress we have made. This is no favor to the women because they constitute 50% of the population. Empowering women is empowering the society. Educating women is educating the family. This has to be understood in true spirit. And if you give an opportunity to women, they will excel. मौका देना चाहिए उनको, पहचानना चाहिए, प्रोत्साहन करना चाहिए. As a Uparashtrapati, I have been going around the country, meeting, greeting people, was my pastime habit. But now, after becoming vice president, there is some protocol, some restriction and all. I go to IITs, triple IITs, IIMs, and I try to address them and also attend convocations. And during the convocation, you have to give awards, gold medals to many people. So they make only gold medals, and awards are given by the vice president, others are given by the vice chancellors, because you can't expect the vice president to give it to 1,000 people. To my surprise, you will also be happy to note the gold medalists, the first class graduates who are receiving the awards, 65% of them are women, girls. So that shows if you give them an opportunity, they will excel. This is another historical life truth we have to understand and give importance. Some of our people are उनको कुछ मालूम नहीं है. वो लोग सोचते हैं आपको कुछ मालूम नहीं. पुरुष को मौका देके देखो ना कैसा काम करेगा. कुछ लोग कहते सर क्या होगा, उनको पूरा अधिकार उनको दिए तो क्या होगा. मैंने कहा वो ऊपर आएंगे, आप नीचे जाएंगे. इतना ही परिवर्तन से for a change. We are seeing women performing, the prime ministers, ministers, excellent. And some people say this is not our tradition. That is wrong. हमारा परंपरा में आदि काल से, वेद काल से, पुण्य काल से, पुराण काल से महिलाओं को प्रोत्साहन दिया है. इस देश में सभी नदियों का, महानदियों का नाम महिला, गंगा, कावेरी, यमुना, सरस्वती, नर्मदा, तपती, महानदी. All rivers in the country, major rivers, are named after women. Why rivers? The very country name, what we call, is motherland, not father's land. Matrubhumi. Pitrubhumi nahi. That is the respect we give to women in our Puranas and Ithihas. And even if you believe in Puranas and then gods and goddesses, all these things, you see, important portfolios were given to women at that time also. Education Minister, Saraswati Devi. Defense Minister, Durga Devi, Parvati. Finance Minister, Lakshmi Devi. Those days. Now we are hesitating to give power. हम आजकल ये स्थिति है. So we should move on. I am happy in certain states there is 50% reservation for women for the local bodies. We did not have enough representation in many assemblies. We did not have proper representation even in parliament also. We need to improve. I am not talking of percentage wise. मेरा कहना है उनको समुचित प्रातिनिध्य देना चाहिए. Adequate representation should be given to women. This is another way of empowering people. So, connectivity, then electricity, then transportation, then providing safe drinking water, and then providing adequate education, and then reaching out entertainment. Of course, now entertainment is reaching every house through television and disturbing the minds of the people also. Sometimes it happens. Day and night cinema, day and night TV serials. And now with the advent of social media, we're all seeing what is happening. So, my dear friends, this 100%, 100 for per capita were increased by the 15th Finance Commission. From 10th Finance Commission, Minister was telling, to present Finance Commission. 674 per capita per annum in the 15th Finance Commission from 100. इतना ही तो फर्क आया. I am happy that both the ministries, Panchayat Raj Ministry, as well as the Drinking Water Ministry, they are working with full vigor. And you have fortunately dynamic ministers for both the department. You have heard the tone and tenor and the speech of the ministers also. I am sure under their stewardship and guidance of the officers, under the overall guidance of the Honorable Prime Minister, these activities will be further accelerated. Then only our motto, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Viswas, through Sabka Prayas. Sabka Prayas है बहुत जरूरी है. All of us should make efforts. People also should get involved. The Pradhan Mantri Swachhata Abhiyan. All these schemes will succeed only if people participate and allowed to participate, both. This is very important. One has to understand. हमारे देश में और एक बीच में एक बीमारी आया. वो बीमारी यह है तो लोग सोचते हैं सब काम सरकार करेगा, हम बेकार बैठे तो चलेगा. ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. सब काम सरकार करेगा, हम बेकार बैठे तो चलेगा. ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. Everyone of the people should get involved. किसी ने मेरे से पूछा, मेरा भाषण में बीच में मैं तो देशभक्ति के बारे में कह रहे तो उन्होंने कहा सर देशभक्ति माने क्या है. मैंने कहा सिंपल है. देशभक्ति माने हर एक व्यक्ति अपना काम करना. हर एक व्यक्ति अपना काम करे. If everybody from top to the lower level, if everybody does their duty, that is patriotism. That is nationalism. This has to be understood by all people. If you really want to achieve the national development goals, all people at all levels should get involved. The Grama Sabhas were there since our times immemorial. We should activate the Grama Sabhas. They have a crucial role in enabling direct participation of the people in the local governance. I'm happy that Panchayat Raj Ministry is taking measures to strengthen the institution of Gram Sabhas with the involvement of all stakeholders, elected representatives, voters, Panchayat Standing Committee members, and Ministry officials and all. I also would like to advise that members of Parliament and members of Legislative Assembly, they can only guide, but it must be left to the local people to decide their priorities. This has to be understood. Legislators are there to pass legislation, but these elected bodies, local representatives, they are there to see that development reaches people. This important demarcation, responsibility has to be understood by all of us. Grama Sabhas should be held once in a year. For that, legal framework is very much required. People's participation is very vital for Grama Sabhas to become vibrant. कोई आजकल हम देखते हैं कुछ इलाके में ग्राम सभा माने सरपंच और उनका नजदीक वाले बैठ के सभा हो गया और दस्तखत कराया चले गए. This is not the true spirit. I am talking about actual, factual. This is not virtual. It has to be actual. So you need to call a Gram Sabha. Allow the people to freely say what they want. What are their priorities? And let the Gram Sabha decide and recommend it to the appropriate bodies. That should be the way forward. Now we are having digital solutions. Digitalization is very much required for smart and good governance. I am told that the e-Gram Swaraj application is being used for various aspects of Panchayat Raj functioning, like planning, budgeting, and accounting. Also, the ministry has integrated e-Gram Swaraj with public finance management systems to ensure transparency, accountability, and better financial management of Panchayat institutions. 2.38 lakh Gram Panchayats have adopted e-Gram Swaraj for the purpose of accounting in the year 2021-22. And this is indeed a welcome development, and I compliment all the people concerned. There is a need to bring all these Panchayat Raj platforms on one common platform to meet the digital mission of governance. It should be taken as a mission with passion, not expecting any commission or doing any omission or giving any remission. There should be passion for the sake of the nation. Nation includes Panchayat. So that all of us commit ourselves to this mission. I'm happy to note that 1.97 lakh Gram Panchayats have prepared and approved their citizens' charter, which is 73% of the total Gram Panchayats. We must make it 100%. The movement, the disaster management plan at village level for the rural local bodies, implementing Swamitra scheme through the country to provide a record of rights to villagers. This is another aspect. Record of right for their lands. That is also ROR is equally important. That will go a long way in solving the problems of the people. I am happy to note that the government is planning to reorient the training requirement of the Panchayat Raj under its revamped scheme of Rashtriya Gram Swaraj Abhiyan. Training, counseling, guiding the elected representatives also is equally important. The panchayats are no longer institutions that are merely implementing schemes and programs of the central and state government, but have emerged as leaders, planners, and policy makers at the grassroots level. I'm sure that aggregation of these achievements will enable India to realize its national goals. My dear friends, as I told you, we must see to it we follow our ancient culture and we take care of the nature, the forestry, the water resources, the animal husbandry, we should really take care of all of them. The pandemic has taught us a lesson. If you live with the nature, if you love the nature, nature will love you and you will live for long. Nature, culture, together for better future. That is my advice to all the people. So protect the nature, protect the nature. Do not play with the nature. This is also an important duty of the panchayats. I remember during my childhood, entire village people used to sit together. And during the monsoon, my grandfather used to tell everybody, tomorrow everyone has to go to the tank, repair the tank bund, repair the sluice, and also take care of the water, these canals. And everybody used to participate. Nowadays, people are hesitant to participate and leaving everything to the officials. That's not a good trend. We must really participate in the development. Taking care of Go Samvardha Yojana also used to be there in every village. Cattle. There used to be people who used to take care of the cattle also. Slowly, we must get back to our roots. We must get back to our roots, what has been given by our forefathers. That should be remembered and it should be continued. My dear friends and delegates who have come from various parts of the country, large number of delegates are here. You have a 7-day orientation, reorientation, motivation, scope to hear various schemes of the government, understand, question, put questions during the conference, elicit information, and you get correct information. That is very useful. Information with confirmation is more than an ammunition. This has to understand. When you get this information from the officials, you get it confirmed so that it will be very much useful for your entertainment. And finally, the initiative taken by the Prime Minister, the need of the hour is to eliminate middlemen. No diversion, no deviation, no dilution. 3D is very much required. Direct delivery, everything should go into the hands of the people. No line, no queue, no waiting list. लाइन में खड़े होना, क्यू में खड़े होना, जाके मिलना, हाथ मिलाना और कुछ करना बीच में, इसका जरूरी नहीं होना चाहिए. Standing in queue, waiting in line, going and then meeting and greeting and shaking hands and doing something in between hands is not required. Direct delivery. The account, money, pension, scholarship, education loan, any grant from the government should directly go to the people, direct. That is required. The bank accounts, some people, कुछ लोगों ने मजाक उड़ाया, पैसा नहीं है तो बैंक अकाउंट ओपन करके करना क्या है ये? But today we are seeing most of the people have opened bank accounts and they are getting their enlightenments, entitlements. They are feeling happy. The Panchayat Raj institutions also slowly should move in that direction. There should not be any dilution, deviation, diversion of the entitlement of the people. Friends, I'm very happy once again, as I told you, to be here amidst you all. And I would like to compliment the Minister for Panchayat Raj, Minister for Jal Shakti, and their deputies also for organizing this grand, जो कह रहे थे ना, इसका महाकुंभ. इससे एक ऐसा स्पिरिट लेकर आप लोग वापस जाना है और जो लोग इसको अपना इलाका से देख रहे हैं टेलीविजन में भी, सबसे मेरा प्रार्थना यह है, आप इन योजनाओं में भागीदारी हो जाइए और इसको सफल बनाने के लिए प्रयास करिए। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार, जय हिंद।
We are thankful to the Honorable Chief Guest, sir, for his inspiration.